Hello, hello, hello. Sometimes you can want the most for people who don't want the most for themselves. But it's not okay for us to judge them because our walk should have created a level of consciousness, compassion that allows you to experience God at every age. We grow in levels of who God created us to be, not who society say we should be. Not even who our family say we should be. Not even who the Bible say we should be. Reason being, hold up now. People have the same walk in design sometimes. Then there are people that make their design, and either way it is, it all comes down to choice. When you make choices, it's yours to make. We make choices every second of the day. And at every age after a certain amount, they say it used to be 7. Now it's like 5 or 3. Kids coming out real smart, very intelligent. And if we as parents don't guide them on and nudge them on their right path of decision making in life, from a place of compassion, from a place of love, from a place of respect, from a place of every angle that total ups to who God is in us, as above, so below, divine reflections, If we don't align our choices into what God wants for us. Not saying that it won't come with little hiccups, with a little trial and tribulations every now and then. But if we truly allow God to guide us in a fashion that He is seeking to, you will understand that this world has everything that we can ever want or imagine by the grace of God. We are the designers of this world by thought, by design, but there's also 2 paths in this world. Good, which leads you to the path of what God has for you. It is least to be traveled, but you learn a lot in it. And it equips you for the things that nature brings for you. You're so accustomed to going to school physically, not realizing that life is school spiritually. Choices. You gotta answer these choices. Just like, you could do so good physically, which is 9 out of 10 maybe pleasure seeking of the eyes. You want a little attention. It feels good to you. You are feeding the ego, somewhat like Seymour, feed me. Little Shop of Horrors. One of my favorite childhood movies. and you find yourself in a situation like that where you're feeding a seed that God has planted of love, but that love was tainted at an early age. Don't you know babies in the stomach are tainted? When that mother isn't given space to incubate the 9 most crucial months in their child's life, the development. See, some women have sex to please that hurt that she has buried knowingly and unknowingly. Sometimes that pain get deep and you gotta dig a little deeper, get a little bigger, just to make sure what needs to be touched on the physically gives you that satisfaction you need, that you can escape the pains of your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual. When you aim towards that, to heal that, you know, as a medical field personnel for 20 plus years, I can honestly say that wounds heal faster from the inside out. You could put a whole bunch of dressings on it, but if it's not getting that proper air that it needs to lighten, just breeze it through, soothe it. But you also have to clean it and get that debris out so that it can heal naturally, more beautifully. And before you know it, it's back anew. I want to ask one question. One question I wish someone could answer. Honestly, for yourself, not even for me. That's why I turn off my comments. Because I want this a one-way conversation. I want to plant that seed that everybody needs. God comes to all of us in different forms. And we rebuke those forms because we not pleased with the appearance. But you got to understand that we are all vessels of the Most High. Beautifully made. But some are developed through trauma that is buried so deep that you can't even understand who you truly are. You're walking in a facade, many different masks, and you want to be accepted. So you join groups, you join places that have a 1% as a whole true love for God, which hinders you because 95% of your life may even consist when we're supposed to be walking in his essence on a daily, even when somebody make you mad, take the high route. What I mean by that, somebody bump you, maybe it's accident, give them time to apologize. If they didn't, oh well, maybe they got something on their mind that they can't shake off. Granted, I know that's hard to hear and easy to say, But I say it because when you allow God to be God, you won't even get bumped in any way that makes you react, that pulls your strings, that create a puppet that is easily tamed, mindful of negative thoughts, is stuck in your brain. The weight of the world drives you insane. Why they do? Because God is giving us lessons, trying to show us where we headed. But see, when we get the results to those lessons, we blame everybody else but self. We see men say this woman, that woman, but did that woman rape you? Not saying that the things that, well, shit, it came out like it did. Some men might hate women because of the pain they have buried so deep inside of them about a woman. May it be physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because see, their emotions are deeply rooted, more rooted than a woman's, because he's taught to be a man in his mother's, father's, society, everybody else standpoint but God. God said, Adam, I give you full authority, but also these commandments. So therefore it breaks down to the books of the Bible. When we get to the books of the Bible, it's different walks of life that actually led to God. Till God got a spirit that was so contained for him to enter. For him to answer. And even when he answered, he was rebuked. Because he didn't come in a form that people didn't understand, that people were expecting. Expectations mess you up too. He didn't come in a form that they expected, so they rebuked him. How many people's stories sound like that? Different is, in the book, as is recorded, he came through a pure portal, untouched by man, non-corruption. But see, this world is so touched by the physical, they had to switch off from what y'all was used to. See, when you sit with those triggers, demons, shadows, whatever you call it, you see, we get so twisted on the conversation because either it's going to excite me when I hear it, or it's going to do something for me, or what is it actually doing for you? It's feeding you, but is it of God? Will it mature you? Will it give you that added value to the vessel that God has gave you? You see, we could easily say we created ourselves. Yes, we get that free will. You see, that's that seed that was planted in evil. You could do this. You could do that. You know how many Eves reincarnated don't know who they are? Because of pain that endured before they even knew who they were. Touch that. Heal that. You see, women, you are that box that contains it. Men, you are that rod that transfers it. You see where I'm getting at? So it takes two to make something happen. It takes two to come in one accord and one agreement to understand that God gave us life and graced us to create life. Stop messing up what he created. Letting it manifest into bull. And then get mad when it manifests. When, hey, spirits don't lie. But I also understand that when we understand who we are in God's eyesight, then we all eat together, we all unite. And I'm going to tell you about that. Let me see how I could do this. Oh, man. Come on. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to say this. God is good, and he's searching for all us to come together and understand that he created us in his image. So when we going to walk in it, birds unite. Y'all, man, I'm going to show you love. That is a dove, sparrows, blue jays, some other finches, different kind of birds that share the same sky, but somehow they respect each other. They respect each other. They don't fight at all. I questioned myself this morning. I questioned myself. Last night I gave a lock-in. To those that don't understand what a lock-in is when you take you different ages and you lock them in overnight, show them that you are protected. No one's going to harm you. You at peace. We know we're going to lock you up and pray all night and different. Anybody going through things, we're going to pray against that. We're going to fight that in prayer. We're going to talk, let you understand who God is in your life. That's things that I had as a little girl. You know, I don't even know if y'all could see it, but I know y'all could see that flock, all them birds. But that big old hill over there was the remnant of some grits that my grandmother cooked, 80 years old, and donated to the lock-in because she appreciated what I was doing. Not for me, but in God's name. I questioned myself thinking, these birds ain't gonna eat this. These birds ain't gonna eat this. But that one hill has taught me a lot. That hill of grits represents to me the land in which was created for us to enjoy for a moment, to grow, to learn, to inspire, to motivate, to give hope, to share, to unite, to commune on one accord. But we respect each other for who we are. And you know why? You can see those different birds unite organically without chaos is because God created that by design. He created different breeds. No crossbreeds, different breeds of birds that share the same air, but also know what tribe that God has created them to rise up amongst. Allow them to have respect for each other, to share, not fuss, not argue. Another thing I learned from that, I've been feeding these birds for a while now. And I told my friend, I said, hey, I'm feeding these birds. Oh, look, one just flew by me. But anyway, I get excited. I be running them. But I told him that I've been feeding the birds. I said, I be seeing about 15. And when I usually feed them, it be bread, pieces of bread I break up. They fight over it. One drop a piece, they scatter. They poking each other for it. The big blue jay, he come and bullet himself through. He done came and swooped and took all the big pieces. The crows, they come and bust. Crows, raven, whichever one, they come and bust through. They so big, but they gentle, they humble. I guess that's why they call them God's messengers, is they get in where they fit in. They got their size, but they're humble with it. Them blue jays, they coming in there. The doves, they don't even come around. This is my first time even seeing the doves come. I guess it's so plentiful for them to see that everybody's coming along and they can swoop in, get them a little piece. Unnoticeable, untouched, shielded, protected by God, and move around with a filled stomach and still let other people enjoy them. Why we can't do that? Chaos comes when we go against what God designed. So we can't get mad when we go against the Creator and try to become that Creator that's above all. Remember, even Babel had to fall.